Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your daily transfer update and Middlesbrough preview. Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. Yes, it's been a quiet few days. Not very much has been going on with Chelsea news, with anything to do with the transfer window either. So I've not been live since Thursday night now. So yeah, there's a bit more news to go through. Crucial week ahead for the club. Come the end of the week, we could be Carabao Cup finalists and potentially set for another run in the FA Cup. Or we could be out of both cup competitions and the season could well and truly be over for us before January's even out. So, yeah, massively important, week coming up. Two crucial games, Tuesday and Friday, both night fixtures, both under the lights at Stamford Bridge. We need to get that atmosphere going. We need to be getting some positive results and really try and change the course of our season, really try and, make it to Carabao Cup final, make it to the fifth round of the FA Cup, and and kind of see where it goes. So now there's news to get into, guys. Obviously, more injuries. Christopher Nkunku is going to miss the Middlesbrough game, as is Malo Gusto. So that's not ideal at all. The future of Amanda Broja is up in the air as well. Chelsea willing to listen to offers for him this week. Understand 35 million is the number Chelsea will consider, and it's reportedly not easy to get a sale this window. They're going to dive into that one. We're going to also be looking at potential links of Chelsea and Benjamin Sesko, and also the latest on Karim Benzema with Lyon, his first club he played for, trying to explore a potential move to bring him back to France and Liga. Although that's going to be very difficult. They're going to encounter the same issues that I think pretty much every team's got in trying to bring Benzema in, is the size of the loan fee and, of course, the wages for that he's on at Al Ittihad are going to be very difficult to cover. So yeah, there's plenty to get into. Obviously, team lineup, the week in general coming up for Chelsea, players missing, transfer news here and there. Let's dive into it. Let's say hello to a few people. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. It'd be greatly appreciated. So please do run the likes up. 50 likes, as always, is the minimum target. So make sure you're smashing that like button. It's free. It's the quickest and easiest way to support myself and the channel. We're back in the game now. 2 games this week. Lots of content coming up. We're going to build up towards the end of the transfer window as well. So, yeah, apologies for a quiet last few days, but there literally hasn't been anything happening, which is most unusual with Chelsea and a transfer window. But let's say hello to a few people in the chat. What's happened to Gusto? Out of nowhere, get this medical team out. And if we don't get through tomorrow, Poch has to go. Look, there's definitely more grounds for it, of course. I mean, look, I wouldn't be looking for the manager to go at this point, but, you can fully understand that, if he got knocked out by a lower... excuse me, we got knocked out by a lower division side in a semi-final, then that's really, really poor. Medical team needs to be investigated as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. What of Gallagher? I do not know. Gallagher's been in training yet. Jackson back from AFCON would be good. There was lots of people, enjoying the fact that Jackson was going to go to AFCON. Be careful what you wish for, guys, because actually, when he's not playing, it's you notice what's missing from the team. Yeah, sometimes it feels like that, mate. Sometimes it feels like that. Yes, he was, but I don't know in what way. I don't know if he wasn't involved in full team training because he's out. He's out for the game tomorrow. Chelsea boy, big up. Yes, hello, mate. I'm doing well. Yes, big up, big up. Got to hit the like as soon as I... Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. The likes, that massively helps out with the algorithm. I don't really know how this YouTube algorithm works, but the more content that gets liked, the more it gets circulated around YouTube and gets more eyes on the channel. So please do smash that like button, guys. Let's get this to 50 as quickly as possible. What else are you lot saying in the chat? Yes, big up. Life no limits. It's imperative we get to Wembley. It absolutely is imperative that we get to Wembley. It's as simple as that. There's no excuses now. We had a horror performance in the first leg. One of the worst, probably one of the worst performances under this ownership. Certainly the worst performance under Mauricio Pochettino. But, let's start with the injury news then, because I think one that people are really frustrated about is Malo Gusto. He hadn't been pictured in any training or anything like that. It's just idiotic, really. Reportedly it's understood to be muscle overload and nothing serious, but Yeah, I don't know. We've heard this before. We've had it with Nkunku. Oh, it's not a big issue. The guy's not played since Luton. Hasn't played for about 3 weeks. And then this is a good point here raised, and I think it gets to the point very well on Gusto, is that the geezer's just come back from injury, right? And then between the Wolves game and the Preston game, or the first leg of the Middlesbrough game, sorry, we played 6 matches and Gusto played at least 80 minutes in each of these games. Particularly, he played the full 90 in a 4-0 win against Preston. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And do you know what? Actually, on the whole, Chelsea and Pochettino, the coaching staff, or whoever it is, medical staff, or whatever you want to call them, they've actually been pretty good in terms of bedding players back in, being cautious with them, taking time with them. But you look at this one and you just think, it's idiotic beyond belief. I mean, why did he need to play 90 minutes against Preston? Why has he played 80 minutes in at least, in 80 minutes in at least all those 6 matches? What sort of management, what sort of player management is that? And we wonder why guys are getting injured, because we're overloading them with way too many minutes before they come back from injury. Like, it's stupid. It really is, Obviously, the Ugochukwu one, again, at Wolves, he wasn't fit to play. He got trucked straight back in. He got injured again, and he's out for a while. This Gusto one is, I'm sorry, it's entirely on us. It's really, really stupid. It's just chronic mismanagement of players. And I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand why we've done it. We're just waiting for this to happen. We were asking for it. We were asking for him to get injured. 6 games in a row in 20 days. He'd just come back from injury. As I said, the 90 minutes in a 4-0 win against Preston. Literally didn't really need to use him in that game. And the injury is obviously muscle overload, according to reports. It's just idiotic. There's no excuses for it. Of course, it's going to be muscle overload when you started him 6 games in a row in 20 days, and he's played at least 80 minutes in all of them. And then we wonder why this sort of stuff's happening. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. What's going on with Lavia? No idea. Absolutely no idea what's going on with Lavia. I really don't know. Chilwell left back tomorrow. I hope so. But again, I don't see Chilwell starting this game tomorrow. If we're going on how Chelsea have looked at bedding players back in, Chilwell played 15 minutes against Fulham, and then he's not played since. Is he going to have a few minutes on the bench and go straight into the lineup? I don't know what the situation is. Yes, big up, Michael. What's happening? Very important game tomorrow. Yeah, massive important game tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, mate. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's a combination of factors, but yeah, this can't keep happening, and yet it keeps happening all the time. The fact later a player can, from not being injured to being injured in the space of an hour. Yeah, agreed. Yes, big up, big up. Surely we can't lose. No, I wouldn't have thought so. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if it went to penalties or it went to, extra time and whatnot. Geez, the Sassy at right back tomorrow and Levi Cole at left back. Yep, you can imagine that. Chilwell next for injury. It's going to be someone, it's going to be someone. We're just kind of waiting at this point, aren't we? It's not like if someone's going to get injured. We're just waiting for the when, and you don't know who it's going to be. You're just waiting for someone. You're waiting for someone to just go down. You know what I mean? Would you start Chilwell at left back? I would like to, but I also admit that in itself, I talk about muscular overload and mismanagement of players. Chucking Chilwell straight in to start when he's been out for months and he's played about 15 minutes of football is the same level of idiocy as what we've done with Malo Gusto here. Yeah, he does need to start at some point. It's best to have an ambulance outside the state. Yeah, for sure. 2-0 Chelsea, my prediction, but not confident at all. Fair enough. Yeah, I equally wouldn't be surprised if Chilwell does start, that he'll start on the left-hand side ahead of Levi Colwill, which, yeah, I'd be fuming about that. I really would be. But the Gusto thing is just like, it's so avoidable. And yet it's just so stupid as well. Like, obviously this was going to happen. What were we expecting to happen with this? What were we expecting? When you play him this many games back from injury, giving him a lot of minutes in a short space of time, of course there's going to be some muscular overload and there's going to be a little bit of a problem. So yeah, it's a mad one. No, I think actually this competition's a bit weird. There's no extra time in the like up to the semi-finals, but I think semi-final and final there is extra time. So if someone could double check that for me, that would be great. But I'm pretty certain normally it goes straight to penalties, but semi-final and final there seems to be extra time. Chilwell as left winger now, yeah, maybe. We play played Colwell left back in Liverpool game. Yeah, potentially will be. Yes, big up, brother. Will be a match tomorrow. Nice. A must win. Mate, I just hope Poch does not play Chile at left wing. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, to be honest, mate. Can't be fully ruled out. Hope we don't see Sterling starting again tomorrow. I hope not as well, mate. But I think we can almost guarantee that he will. Don't think Gusto injury is that bad. Well, they said that about Nkunku, and look at the situation we're in at the moment. Last thing we need is another 30 minutes. Yeah, particularly with such a tight turnaround as well. Playing Tuesday night, you've got Wednesday, Thursday off, and then you're straight back into a massive game on Friday night against Aston Villa. So that there's no rest for the wicked on this one. We need to get this done in 90 minutes. Whatever we can do, we need to get as much rest as possible because Villa are going to be having a nice few days off for sure. But yeah, let's move on to the Nkunku thing, because that's obviously the Gusto thing. Nkunku, obviously Pochettino had been speaking about that in the press conference today. He's been pictured in training, but he is unavailable for the game against Middlesbrough tomorrow. So Pochettino confirms Nkunku won't be fit to face Middlesbrough. He's not available. It's a shame. He's still recovering. He suffered a little bit in his hip. Now he's recovering. It's not a big issue. Well, something's not adding up here, because I think we're just being taken for idiots here by the club with the messaging that they're being put out. Look, they don't have to put information out about injuries. They don't. They do it before each game or whatever. Fine. You know what players are missing. But in terms of timescales and things like that, yes, it would be nice for the fans to have a bit of an idea, but they don't have to do that. But this lying about stuff and not being honest about how long players are out for is ridiculous. Describing it as not a big issue. The guy's been out for 3 weeks almost now, and we're describing this as not a big issue. He could end up missing a month, and we're calling it not a big issue. He's not played since the Luton game, which was December 30th, right? We're now January 22nd. He's missed 3 weeks, probably could well end up missing a month. And yet we've got the manager coming out saying and describing these things as not a big issue. It's a big issue, the way that they're lying about stuff and not being straightforward with injuries. The Nkunku thing doesn't make sense. We had that report from one journalist in the UK saying he could be out for around up to 3 weeks. And then we had subsequently the same day 2 French journalists saying it was a precaution to miss the Preston game and he'd be straight back in the squad. Well, that turned out to be a load of nonsense. Mate, we're gonna see more of it. We will. Would you risk him in FA Cup games? Look, if he's fit, we shouldn't be chucking him straight back into the starting lineup. That much is clear. Yeah, he was, but I doubt it would have been full team training. He's already confirmed out for tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is likely to be on that front. Best we buy another striker now. Then, well, yeah, we may well have to. We may well have to. But yeah, it's just this like lying about injuries and just not being honest with us. Taking fans as idiots. Like, it's just guys, just be honest about it. If he's out, he's out. And just say, look, don't describe something as not a big problem when he's missed 3 weeks and could end up missing a month. It's crazy, isn't it? It really is. Look, I'm hoping he'll be back soon. I'm hoping Gusto will just miss this game and he'll be back for the FA Cup. But this is bringing a lot of issues. But yeah, those are the injuries. Obviously, Nkunku and Gusto missing. The rest we know about in terms of Chalobah, Fofana, Sanchez, Ugochukwu, Lavia, Cucurella. We know about these. We know about these guys that are out for the long term. Reece James as well. But yeah, obviously, Nkunku and Gusto missing is a problem. We are going to be very weak in the fullback areas. Middlesbrough still got 11 players out, and that I think his name's Isaiah Jones, the one that cooked Colwell in the first leg. He's a doubt. So if he's missing, that would be that would be a plus to us. But we've also got issues as well that we do need to deal with. You know, it's as simple as that. We have also got our own issues that need dealing with. What else have we got going on here? Yeah, Ivan Toney did well at the weekend. Looked sharp. You know, good performance from him. Broja needs to start tomorrow. Even though he's been shit, we do need a natural number 9 up there. I would agree. I don't think we will see Lavia and Nkunku again this season. I think we'll see Nkunku again. Lavia, I would maybe agree with you on that one. You know, I don't know how many. I'll be real. If Lavia plays 10 games for us this season, then that is absolutely remarkable. Remarkable if he does that. You know. I would be shocked if he played that many games for us this season. Possibly yes, but I mean, look, I'd rather have someone else. I'd rather have Toney or Osimhen than Vlahovic. I'm not sure. You know, you would expect so, but with no Salah, no Endo. Yes, they're still a good team. Their front line's got a lot of firepower. We know that. You know, but generally speaking, games with Chelsea and Liverpool, they do tend to just end in a draw. So maybe it'll be a draw again. But going to Anfield is very, very tough. Is Nkunku available Liverpool game? We don't know. He's not here for the Middlesbrough game. He was pictured in training today. I'm not sure. He obviously didn't take full part in it. But let's wait and see. Yes, big up, brother. This talk of Broja being sold in the last couple of days, and I see links to Sesko. I mean, yeah, but to be honest, I don't think Leipzig probably don't want Amanda Broja. Yeah, in some degree he is. Is Sterling going to play false nine again? I absolutely hope not. I hope not. He's definitely not a fan of him. Don't want Sesko just another step backwards. I wouldn't say step backwards. I would just say it's more of like, it's just kind of a sideways step. It doesn't really, for me, it's not necessarily moving the needle much, if I'm being brutally honest. It just doesn't seem to move the needle. If Nkunku doesn't play much games, would you say he's been a flop this season? Well, no, because he's not been fit. So you can't call someone a flop when they've barely played any games. I think in the games he has played, he's been half decent. Yeah, no, he is better than Broja, but the bar for bringing someone in shouldn't be, oh, they're just better than Broja. You know, that shouldn't be what we're basing signings on. So enough of these injuries. The Middlesbrough top scorer that cooks. Yeah, well, yeah, he's a doubt, isn't he? He's a doubt. You know, probably knowing our luck, he'll end up playing somehow. But yeah, obviously Nkunku out and Gusto out, which does make the task just that much more difficult for us. You know, we've got to make sure that we don't concede a goal, because having to come back and score 2 goals just to level the tie would be a major problem. We need to get out there. We need to start fast. We need to take the game. We need to take the game to them. So yeah, you know, let's wait and see. Guys, by the way, over 50 in the building so far, which is great stuff. Make sure you keep smashing that like button. We're on 28 likes. Let's get another 20 likes and smash this up to 50 likes, guys. It's free. It takes seconds. It's very simple to do. And it's the quickest and easiest way of supporting myself and the channel. And guys, if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, then please do use the super chat function. If you're feeling generous, any donations greatly appreciated by myself and the channel. And if you want to become a channel member, hit the link in the description below and you can support myself and the channel for $1.99 a month. The more members we get, I will start doing member-only shows. So please do that. But yeah, guys, smash the like button, run it up. Let's get these likes up to 50. What are people saying in the chat? What's your prediction against Liverpool? I don't know yet, because we need to get these 2 games out of the way first, see what the lie of the land is. No, Broja is absolutely not the benchmark. They will probably low block tomorrow. Yeah, potentially they will, because they've got a goal lead. So all they need to do is just sit tight, don't they? If we ever sack Poch, I think we should get Mitchell, the Girona manager. I mean, look, again, he's having a good season, but again, is this a one-off? Is this just an anomaly? You know, is he just, you know, who knows? But let's move away from this stuff. We'll come back to the game shortly, but let's move on to a little bit of transfer news and the future of this man, Armando Broja. Now, let me see if I can just find it quickly. I'll talk about strikers. We'll talk about Broja first, and then we'll obviously talk about Benjamin Sesko as well, because that is another another interesting one. So Ben Jacobs reporting today that Chelsea are willing to let Amanda Broja leave the club. We need to listen to offers for Amanda Broja this week. Wolves and Fulham both prefer a loan. West Ham and Villa can't be discounted. Still understand 35 million plus is the number Chelsea will consider. Not easy to get a sale this window. I would agree. If you're looking at 35 million or more, then yeah, these sort of clubs, Wolves have not got 35 million pounds to spend this window. I don't think Fulham do either. West Ham probably could well do, and Villa potentially might do as well. I think what's clear is, though, that Chelsea would be happy to part ways with Broja, get some money in. Again, he'd represent pure profit. My only issue with selling Broja is, and I said it at the time, I've not got a problem with him leaving the club because I don't believe he's the required standard. But at the same time, what I will say is we'd be leaving ourselves very, very short if we were to sell Broja this month and no one else came in. Because then we're waiting for Jackson to come back from AFCON and we're relying on Christopher Nkunku, whose fitness is questionable, putting it nicely. So yeah, that's gonna be problematic. I don't believe that we can go with Jackson and a half-fit Nkunku for the rest of the season. So selling Broja this month, whilst I don't think he's good enough, we are lacking bodies in that centre forward area. And if we let him go without a replacement coming in, then that, for me, that would be a huge concern for me. It would be a massive concern, and we would be leaving ourselves so short. It wouldn't even be funny how short we'd be leaving ourselves. No, I don't think I would be, but I could understand why. And I'd obviously be very, very frustrated by it. This is not normal anymore. No signings this window. No, it's not just Chelsea. It's just the window in general. In what universe? No, I've got no idea. I'd love to be sat in those meetings where they're drawing up that valuation. The only thing I could think of, right, is that they're going to say, let's say we want 50, and then we can, like, when the teams negotiate with us, like we would accept 35. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. Yeah, let's hope we're singing that tomorrow night, and things have gone well for us. But yeah, it's going to be a tough task. If we sell Broja, who's going to play up top? Yeah, it'd have to be Nkunku, but the geezer can't keep himself fit. I would agree on that. I've always said that I think Broja will be here until the summer, but after that, I don't see a future for him. But who knows? Who knows? It's very, very tricky to tell, guys. Sucking Poch, not the answer, but he makes it difficult for himself. How can us fans support a manager if he continues making constant mistakes with his team selection? Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Especially if injuries to come back, he needs time. Yeah, he does. And look, whatever you say about the money spent, we've not been actually once been able to use all the tools that we've got available to us. I'm not saying you're going to have a fully fit squad in football, but even if you just have like 2 or 3 out, then that would be something. But the fact that we're having 8, 9 plus out, every single week is just ridiculous, isn't it? I don't feel confident with Nkunku staying fit the rest of the season. Neither do I. No way West Ham will pay 35 for Broja, considering that they didn't want to pay for Harry. I don't think they didn't want to pay. They just had a valuation on the player that they weren't prepared to go above. Yeah, if we can get a loan with an obligation to buy, then fine. I would take that. But I don't know if Chelsea are looking to get cash in this month desperately or not. Who knows? But yeah, look, it's clear that Broja is not going to be here next season. He might not be here in just under 10 days' time. We don't know. We don't know. That is the reality of the situation, is, guys, that we don't know if he's going to be here or not. But certainly Chelsea are looking at listening to offers for Amanda Broja. Again, I don't know how true any of this is, but normally it should be a collaborative experience. The recruitment and stuff should be collaborative. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front. I really like Broja. I believe in him. Fair enough. Look, he could go and be a good player somewhere else for sure, but I'll be honest, mate. For me, I just don't see it at Chelsea. I'm just not seeing enough from him. Yes, you could say that he needs more opportunities, but the opportunities he has had, and it's not loads, but he's just flattered to deceive. It's just hasn't been good enough, in my opinion. Brother, it's all good, no worries. Are we even interested in someone? I haven't heard anything. Well, there's interest in a few players, but I think with what we need and the quality of player we need, getting a deal done in January is very, very difficult. What do you think of Xabi Alonso? Again, we're just looking at someone that's doing well right now. This is someone with what? Less than a season's management under his belt, or just over a season. You know, it's the same things. Oh, get Xabi Alonso in. And when he goes to Chelsea and struggles, it's like, oh, he needs to go. Like, we've got to stop with this shiny object stuff. Next pre-season, let's hope so. Yeah, it looks like Calvin Phillips will go to West Ham. I think that'll be a good move for him. It is always one in, one out for our squad. One player comes back, another one goes out injured. Yeah, it does. Just not playing at Man City. West Ham are interested, and maybe a move to West Ham will materialise at some point before the window shuts. But he's got to leave this window. He's got to go and play. But yeah, look, with Amanda Broja, with the clubs that are interested, Fulham and Wolves definitely can't pay a transfer fee for him now. So maybe you get a loan deal with an option or an obligation to buy at the end of the season. Or West Ham and Villa, you think maybe West Ham could pay £35 million all in. They probably could, I would imagine. If not, then we are looking at loans with options or obligations, because I don't see us getting 35 million cash this window unless teams are really, really desperate. Poch won't be sacked until the summer if no European. Yeah, look, for sure, there's going to be, an assessment at the end of the season, halfway through his 2-year contract. If they decide to continue, fine. But if not, then they'll obviously part ways. But yeah, we need to get to the end of the season with this manager, because otherwise it's just going to set us back, and there's no point doing that. I guess we have Washington if Broja is loaned out. Yeah, but Washington's played a couple games for us. Excuse me. The guy looks like he's about 12. Yeah, no, the weekend was boring, but it was quite nice not to have a game. We're not actually playing next weekend either, but obviously play next Friday. Too many players busy on AFCON. Yeah, but again, that's not all the market. We have to sign players in this window. I wouldn't fully agree on that. Like, it needs to be the right players. No point just signing players for the sake of it. It needs to be the right players, the right characters, and ones that are going to make a difference, the difference to the squad. I've been listening to the Middlesbrough fans that they are confident in beating us tomorrow. Yeah, they'll be glad that Gusto's not playing for sure. Yeah, guys, not enough likes. Come on, people. Run it up. With 38 likes, we need 12 more likes. There's 55 in the building. Let's keep ramping this up, guys. 62 in the building now. Smash that like button. Let's get us to 50 likes. 12 more required. Well, we can't even get 40 million for Gallagher. How will we get? Well, look, Gallagher in last January or last summer, there was a £45 million offer for him. But I think, again, a lot of teams are reluctant to spend money this window, because I think a lot of teams are quite close to the profit and sustainability rules in the Premier League. So yeah, I think that's a big reason as to why not much money has been spent this window. Your thoughts on Santos as well? Look, I think Santos needs to go out and play. He barely played. He hardly kicked a ball at Nottingham Forest. I think he played once or twice. That was it. And then obviously, he's never played outside of Brazil before. So for me, he needs to go out on loan somewhere. Look, he showed glimpses in pre-season and looked half decent, but he needs to go out and play on loan. Simple as that. Jackson doesn't even play for his country. No, he doesn't. He doesn't start. I don't know who does start for them at centre forward, but he comes off the bench. He does play. We got to go all out to beat Middlesbrough tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not confident tomorrow because we don't have any left back and right back. Did you see Poch comments? Yeah. There's going to be no instant impact. Well, he can't make an instant impact anyway because he's cup tied for both. He's played in the Carabao Cup for Leicester and he played in the FA Cup for Leicester. So he can't play in any of the cup competitions. So talking about instant impact, there is going to be no instant impact because he can't play until the earliest Liverpool game. Casadei is not going to get minutes at Chelsea. I'd be shocked if he got anywhere near any kind of semi-regular minutes. But let's move away from Amanda Broja. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting sort of last 7 or 8 days in this window to see what happens with his future. But it would seem unlikely for me that he's going to there's a long-term future. I would expect him to stay this window, and then he'll be moved on in the summer. But let's move on to a couple of other strikers. Let's talk about Benjamin Sesko. There's been quite a lot of kind of noise around him. And RB Leipzig and Slovenia striker Benjamin Sesko has a £43 million release clause in his contract, which will become valid from this summer. Now, look, Sesko is obviously a talent. He's very skillful. He's a target man, a hold-up man. He's got good skill. But what I would say is they did very well at RB Salzburg, but he's not playing that much at Leipzig. He's not a regular starter. Lois Openda is starting ahead of him, playing very, very well. The French international. But look, Sesko, again, another one. I look at it and I think, is he better than Broja? Yeah. Has he got much higher potential? Yes, he does. But at the same time, I look at it, you think £43 million for a centre forward, right? Why do we need another one of these? We need someone that is as close to the finished article as possible, and we aren't getting that. We aren't getting that. So Sesko, for me, whilst it would be appealing at £43 million, why do we need? What's Sesko going to do that other strikers at the moment aren't doing for this football club? I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Like, what would be the point? We've got Nicholas Jackson, who we've obviously invested in and we're backing. Sesko has probably got like a higher, like more potential than him, but it would be another development striker, so it wouldn't make sense. We've got a development striker in Nicholas Jackson. We now need an established top-class centre forward, of which Benjamin Sesko doesn't fall into that category at this point in time. So I'm a little bit lost at this point in time with exactly what sort of direction we're trying to go in with this centre forward. Would you pay if we needed a centre forward of his calibre? Then yeah, but I don't think we do. I guess the weather may have been the issue. I don't know. Sesko, don't know much about him. I've not seen enough. He doesn't play much for Leipzig. We don't any potential players, please. Yeah, agreed. Yep. We won't be signing any striker because this window. No, I don't think we will. Look, not right now. He's not. He's got potential to be for sure, but we don't need, as I've been saying, we don't need more potential. Not for me. Pass on that one. Sesko, big lad, but very, very raw. Yep, agreed. We have Jackson, Broja, Fofana, and Washington. We don't need Sesko. Yep. Well, look, I think Broja, Fofana, and Washington are going to be three players that aren't going to have a future at Chelsea. Yeah, 8 days to go, brother. 8 days to go, and it's looking like a very, very quiet window. Very, very quiet window. Pass, yeah, fair enough. Look, I think if it was Broja out and Sesko in, fair enough. But then, you still need another top-class forward. What we're then saying that we're going to go top-class forward, Sesko and Jackson as the three options when you're only playing one up front. Yeah, I'm just a little bit unsure, maybe just a little bit confused by all that. Guys, there's 73 in the building, 47 likes. Let's keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 50 likes as quickly as possible. And then let's get this up towards 100 likes if we can. People keep smashing that like button. It's free and it takes seconds. And please do subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. Remember, guys, if we hit 8,000 subscribers before the end of the transfer window, then there will be a giveaway. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, guys. What else are we saying? Our squad is so young, they all need to play and gain experience. That's what we have done to ourselves, and it takes time. Yeah, it does take time. The main thing we need to get the injured players fit and sort out. Yep. We need an elite striker. No, he's not elite right now. No. Why are we entertaining selling Broja without lining up? Well, maybe we are lining up someone. I don't know. They're not looking at Sesko. Look, Chelsea have definitely looked at Sesko in the past. That's no secret. I don't see how we get Benzema. Unless he releases himself from his contract or cancels his contract or whatever, there's no way for 6 months we're paying the wages that he's on. No chance. Well, hopefully he'll go to Roma on a permanent. There's an option in there for that to happen, but who knows? Certainly not this window. I don't see it this window. I agree. Yeah, absolutely, it will be because it would be totally unacceptable for that to happen. So yeah, it would absolutely be a major problem. If there was more going on in the transfer window for Chelsea, would it? Yeah, no, you would have done. You would have done. You would have seen me every day. And the fact is, like, I had intentions of doing it every day, but there's just not been the news. There's been nothing. Imagine streaming every day of this transfer window for Chelsea. There's literally no news. Literally no news. It'll be toxic. Yeah, no, it will be. I hope not. But yeah, the Sesko stuff seems weird to me. I don't see it happening personally, but you can never rule things out with Chelsea. You can never rule things out. I think you're finding now that there's just fewer and fewer top class centre forwards available on the market. There's just not many of them in world football. Looking at your Haalands, your Harry Kanes, your kind of Ivan Tonys and your Osimhens or whatever, in terms of out and out world class centre forwards or top level centre forwards, there aren't that many guys. There aren't that many, which is an issue in itself, which makes trying to sign one even harder. Then let's not forget we spent, we should get Benzema now, make a decision in the summer. Surprised we haven't shifted more players. I think Chelsea, have underestimated or overestimated. They thought they'd get a lot more offers for players than they have. But when you actually look at the players who've got that are not really that are kind of surplus to requirements, Chalobah's just a depreciating asset. No one's really going to come in with a permanent offer for him this month. Obviously, Martin's gone on loan. Datro Fofana's gone on loan. Yeah, in terms of saleable assets, there aren't that many. There aren't that many. We should get Benzema now and make a decision in the summer. If only it was that simple. Yeah, but the game's the game, innit? Like you've got to get people viewing somehow, and that certainly won't be the case. I just want fully fit squad. Yeah, I mean we're gonna be waiting a long time for that. We won't let Broja go unless we have someone lined up to replace straight away. If an offer comes in for £35 million, I would expect us to let him go, which would be poor squad planning. Chelsea are going to tick over until the summer. Yeah, I think they probably will. I think at most, guys, we bring in. I think right now, we bring in one. I literally think we bring in one player. We bring in one player, and that's kind of it, in my opinion. Now that we're 7-8 days until the window closes, I'd be surprised if more than one comes in. If one comes in, that might be the most we do. Jan window as always lasts 5 days. Yeah, it will ramp up. No, Jem's still doing stuff every so often. I think he's quite busy with work. So, it's got less time to do it. Even Real Madrid don't have an out-and-out centre forward currently. No, they don't. Well, they've got Joselu, but he's not a regular starter. Just finished season as we are only a centre forward is needed if we can. Yep. He is as raw as Jackson. I'm following Bundesliga because of Alonso. Yeah, look, he's not even playing regularly for Leipzig at the moment. I would keep Broja to the summer for sure. Who is the one? No, who is that one going to be? I've got no idea, mate. Absolutely no idea. I would suspect maybe someone, maybe a striker on loan, but that's kind of just a stab in the dark because I don't really see that happening either. So yeah, it's problematic. It is problematic. Our players aren't good enough. Reason why no club's interested in signing them. I wouldn't say they're not good enough. I'd just say there's not value to be done given they've either been injured most of the time and they've barely played. So yeah, that could be a problem. If we'd have got Gorkarez last summer for peanuts, we might have not have needed a striker. Well, we probably still would need a striker because Gorkarez is not a top level striker. Yes, we could have signed Gorkarez instead of Jackson maybe, but we'd still be in the same situation we're in now where we would still be looking for a top level centre forward. Simple as that. Simple as that. Guys, 84 in the building, only 52 likes. Come on, people. Keep smashing that like button. Let's ramp this up. We need to ramp this up to at least 100 likes now. So keep smashing that like button, guys. It's free. It takes seconds and it really, really supports me more than you could imagine. So please do press that like button. Yep, selling Broja in the summer. Let's talk about Karim Benzema briefly because Lyon are exploring a deal to bring Karim Benzema or try to bring Karim Benzema back to France and the club that he started his career at. Now, that's going to be very, very difficult. Lyon are exploring a return for Karim Benzema, but the transfer is very complicated. If Al Ittihad want a transfer fee or if Benzema does not accept a big salary cut. So those are the things that we need to wait on here on Karim Benzema. Lyon are exploring a return. As I said, it's very complicated though, because if Al Ittihad want a transfer fee or if Benzema does not accept a big salary cut. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, the only way I can see Benzema leaving is in a similar situation to how Jordan Henderson left. And that's kind of waiving his wages, kind of cancelling his contract to a degree, not actually taking any money, and then going as a free agent, as it were. That, for me, I think is the only way that Karim Benzema can get out, because no one, and I mean no one, is going to be able to afford him this month with the wages that he's on. And, a transfer fee and wages would be ridiculous for someone of his age. So, yeah, look, I don't know what's going to happen with Benzema, but it's clear that there's tensions between him and the Al Ittihad hierarchy. But again, this is a deal that would be complicated. So like each passing day that goes by, there's going to be, the chances of it happening are less and less confident on them. It really would be. Fabrizio Romano has reported obviously that there's difficulties between Karim Benzema and Al Ittihad, but it's gonna be tricky. To be honest, I see Benzema just staying put. I really do. Look, he's set for talks over his Saudi future, but unless he cancels his contract, then that's there's no way for me that we could see him leaving. Let me just bring this up from Fabrizio. I think it was either yesterday on the Benzema situation. Understand more meetings will take place soon to discuss the future of Karim Benzema. Situation remains tense with Al Ittihad. Saudi Pro League bosses still want Benzema to stay in Saudi, even possibly join another Saudi club. Return to Europe can only be possible with a huge salary cut, as we expected. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the potential Benzema thing? I've said my thoughts on it many times. Why does Benzema want to leave? Probably the standard is crap. Maybe the lifestyle doesn't suit him. Small crowds. Could be a number of things. Yeah, no, he is. He is at the moment. I'd be happy with us using Sterling as a false nine. Difference of City is they're much, much better players around them and they create way more chances than us. I wouldn't be happy with using Sterling as a false nine. I absolutely wouldn't be. Short and sharp, obviously maybe there just wasn't very much to be said. Maybe there wasn't much to be said, but yeah, it was a quick in and out, wasn't it? 5 minutes and he was done. Benzema would be a disruption in the dressing room. I would agree on that. Yeah, maybe. Are you surprised at how many players went out of Saudi already? No, I'm not surprised. And that's something I think when you're starting a new league, you're trying to get a league off the ground and develop it more. You have to attract players with money, but ultimately, part of it is that some players aren't going to adjust to the lifestyle, and some players aren't going to like it. So it's just part and parcel of it. And no, I'm not surprised at all. Yes, big up. You're good. Benzema will stay where he is. Yeah, I reckon that as well. We go all out for Osman in the summer. Keep Breyer until then. Nusa looks like selling to Spurs. Yeah, he's more of a wide man anyway. So those links of KB to Lyon, no way will accept a salary cut. No, look, he might accept a salary cut potentially, depending on the club and how desperate he is to leave. But yeah, I fully agree, mate. I think Benzema will just end up staying put. This is a difficult deal to do. Very difficult deal to do. Not surprised about players leaving Saudi. No. Do you think we will get a stopgap striker until the summer? I'm kind of 50-50 on it, potentially. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't, in all honesty. What I have heard that Chelsea can inject shares into accounts. No idea. Just pick up, brother. I would take Benzema on a 6-month loan, but I hope he doesn't flop. There's no guarantees of any signing. But yeah, as I said, for all these reasons, salary cut, contractor out Etihad, whether they want a transfer fee, a loan fee, etc., etc., it just makes this deal very, very tricky to do. I would beg to differ. I don't think it's like the Chinese league. I think it is here to stick about, but it's going to take a number of years for it to develop. Look, overall, I don't think the model will change, but I think there will be some exceptions and some changes, potentially will take place. But there won't be any sweeping changes to the model. I do agree on that. But let's move away from, obviously, that transfer stuff, because that's kind of it. Centre forwards, that was sort of the main transfer news, as it were. There's nothing else in terms of targets for Chelsea or anything along those lines. So yeah, yes, you could have a Nkunku Benzema link up. We've seen it for France a few times. Yeah, that would be all amazing or whatever. But I think the reality of the situation is it's just not going to happen. But if we move ahead to what we've got coming up, this is a massive week for Chelsea. Paul Merson was saying on Sky Sports, let me bring it up on the screen now. I think I touched on it earlier, but this sums it up pretty well. This is a massive week in Chelsea's season, which could fall apart in 4 days. If they don't go through to the final on Tuesday night, I can't see them beating Villa on Friday night. So it's a big few days for them. This is massive, guys. I don't think people realise how big this week is for the season. Yes, we're not playing any Premier League games, but this is season defining for us right now. It's got the potential to make a final and advance further into the FA Cup, which would be fantastic for us. But at the same time, we could be out. We could be out of both games. We could be out of both cups, and the season could be over come Friday night around 10 p.m. So that would be a problem. That would be a major problem. I don't really need Antonio Nusa. He would be a great player for the future. We don't need him. No. Davies. No, I doubt it. I think Alphonso Davies is going to go to Madrid. Pochettino mentality needs to improve. What's going to happen tomorrow? I've got no idea. I've got no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, but as long as it involves Chelsea going through in any way, shape or form possible and anyhow, then I don't care. Maybe the owners are not backing Poch as we all think. I don't know. I've got no idea of the ins and outs and what's going on at the club. But yeah, certainly there are some difficulties. There are some difficulties for sure. How are Chelsea playing on a Friday night? It's not on TV because Spurs Man City is the TV game, and the reason why Chelsea's been moved to a Friday night is because of policing issues. Because Fulham also have got a home tie against Newcastle this weekend. So they can't both be on the same day because there won't be enough police to cover the games. That's why. Have you got? Yeah, probably. Aubameyang was a bigger flop than Higuain. I would agree. Did you know, bro, that all clubs can inject extra money into the count of shares? I don't know. Poch was set up to fail the moment he came in. All he kept saying all summer was about experienced players. Yeah, I get it. I get it. That is true to a degree. That is true. But yeah, massive 4 days for the club. Massive 4 days for the club. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. Guys, we're on 60 likes. Let's ramp this up to 70 likes now. There's still 74 in the building. Keep smashing the like button. Let's get this as close to 100 as we can. It's free. It takes seconds. And it helps me more than you could imagine. Poch was set up to fail. Yeah. Nah, bro, I don't think it is. It's not on TV. Amazon don't have FA Cup rights. I'm pretty sure they don't. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have rights to the FA Cup. I think 2-0 Chelsea. Thiago Silva leaves. Colwell should play as a centre-back. Yeah, I agree on that. Let's kind of dive into the game then. Let's talk about the game a little bit. Obviously, we're chasing it. We're 1-0 down from the first leg. So let's wait and see. Let's get into it then, people. Let's pick the lineup then. This is the lineup that I'm going to go with. Obviously, you guys can put your lineups in the chat. This is not what I think Poch is going to do, but this is what I would go with the players you've got available and all things considered. This is what I would be going with. But let's see what people are saying. How's my foot? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad today. Yeah, City follow their books with these shares all the time. I missed the UCL days. Yeah, good old days. I think Amazon. Yeah, Amazon have only got Premier League rights. I'm pretty sure on that. No Chilwell left wing. I agree on that front. But let's dive into it then. Obviously, Robert Sanchez is close to a return, but he's not going to be returning in time for this game. So it'll be continue with Petrovic in goal, who has done really well, hasn't really put a foot wrong at all. And we're going to need another strong showing from him. I actually really enjoy him being in goal. Really enjoy him being in goal. In terms of, the Villa Games FA Cup, bro. Villa Games FA Cup. In terms of the back four, then, this is where we are going to have some issues because we haven't got any right backs available, and our only fit left back has just come back from injury and has played about 15 minutes of football. So, regrettably, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's obviously going to be Petrovic in goal. Thiago Silva will play for sure. It just depends, right? Do I want to go Gilchrist or Disasi at fullback? Because I actually think Gilchrist could be all right. I think Gilchrist could be all right. But if it's me personally, I'm going with this. Look, as much as I want to start Chilwell, it's irresponsible. And the same thing that I criticised Chelsea for in terms of their handling of Gusto, I would then be just, it would just be hypocritical for me to then say, we need to start Chilwell. So I'm going at the back. I'm going to go Silva and Badiashile because we're going to have to go Colwell at left back because Chilwell is not fit to start, in my opinion. And then we're going to have to go Disasi at right back. I mean, it's a toss-up between Disasi and Gilchrist, but let's have a look. What are people saying in the chat? Lineup prediction: Petrovic, Chilwell, Silva, Disasi, Gilchrist, Caicedo, Enzo, Sterling, Gallagher, Palmer, Broja. Let's have a look. Petrovic, Chilwell, Disasi, Silva, Colwell, Caicedo. Gilchrist needs a chance. I don't know. I think I saw someone mention it on Twitter. Could there be a chance that Chilwell plays as a right back? I mean, who knows? We've seen Poch play Cucurella as a right back at times. Could Chilwell play right back? No, the away goals, if the rules are still the same, away goals only count in extra time. Away goals only count in extra time if the rules are still the same. I agree on that. You may be right, but I think Chilwell's a must start. Problem is, he's played 15 minutes of football. And you know what will happen if we start him and we chuck him straight back in? Probably going to get injured. Chilwell needs to start game some point. Yeah, he will at some point. Maybe he starts on Friday, but I'd go with Gilchrist fair. Yeah, he's just not been getting consistent minutes, and he's been making a lot of individual mistakes, which are very, very unlike him. If we're going to be honest, they're very unlike him. We need the width from our left back and right back. Chilwell may be the key to break them down. Problem we've got, I would agree. Problem we've got is Colwell and Disasi if they play, or even if it's Gilchrist that plays. Like, there's no natural width, no bombing on from these fullbacks, and that is going to be problematic. That is going to be an issue. So, yeah, we are going to have to wait and see on that front. We're gonna have to. Unfortunately, I don't want to see it either. But I mean, we're not going to play an academy guy there. Dylan Williams is not going to play there. So, yeah, we've got ourselves an issue. Unfortunately, Gilchrist right back. I'm not having Disasi right back. He's slow as hell. Fair. Chilwell at right back, maybe. We're never going to see Mudryk touch the field again now that Chilwell's fit. I hope that's not the case. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. I don't see that happening. I mean, that can't happen. I mean, that surely can't be happening. That's the back four that I would go with. We're then looking at it. We're chasing the game. For me personally, and this is nothing against Conor Gallagher because I think he's done well for us, but you do not need at home when you're 1-0 down against a championship side where we need more creative players. We need more attacking and creative players on the pitch. I'm sorry, but you do not need Enzo, Caicedo, and Gallagher. You don't need them all. So for me, I'm going Enzo and Caicedo in this game as the pivot. I think Enzo's been playing well recently. Caicedo, despite the criticism he's getting from the media, which I don't quite get because it doesn't add up, he's actually low-key been pretty good for us this season. Maybe not as good as people might have expected, but he certainly hasn't been bad. So yeah, I mean, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens with that one. But I'll go Caicedo and Enzo in the midfield. No, not for me. Not Caicedo at right back. There's obviously been opportunities to do that, and he's not gone with it. And I think what he offers in midfield is far more important and overrides, what he could potentially offer at right back. So yeah, I wouldn't be going with that. Guys, 91 in the building, only 65 likes. Keep smashing that like button. It's free and it takes seconds to do, and it massively helps me out on the channel. Let's get this up to 70, 80 likes if we can. If you've not smashed that like button, make sure you do. And please do hit that subscribe button as well. I'm going Enzo and Caicedo in the pivot. On the right-hand side then, people, I am going to go with Noni Madueke. I think he's been in good form. I like what he offers. Sterling has been horrendous. We all know Sterling's going to start because experience, and I understand that to a degree, but he's not been playing well. He doesn't deserve to be in the team. I'm going Madueke on the right-hand side. Mykhailo Mudryk must be starting this game. I don't know what's happened to him, why he's been overlooked in the last few games when in December he played pretty well. It's a strange one to me. Doesn't really add up. I'm struggling to make sense of it all. But I would be going Mudryk, Palmer, and Madueke. We need as much creativity on the pitch as possible. We need as many attacking players on the pitch as possible. And I'm sorry, as good as Conor Gallagher's been, and yes, his energy and his pressing and his commitment to the badge and his never say die attitude are all admirable qualities and important. In a game like this where we need, intricate passing, we need kind of people that have got a little bit of X factor about them. And unfortunately for me, Gallagher doesn't have that in the final third. And we need players like Mudryk, like Madueke, like Cole Palmer. We need all these guys on the pitch to try and make this happen. We need as many attacking players on the pitch as possible. If you want to shut up shop, bring Gallagher on for the last 20 minutes. Get him running around, get him, pressing down, pressing from the front and all that stuff. Look, I know Gallagher's going to play. We all know Gallagher's going to play. But if it was my team, like in a game like this for me, you personally don't need him. We know he's going to be captain and we know he's going to start. But personally, for me, we don't need him in a game like this. That's just my opinion. I can't stand Sterling anymore. He's woeful. I would agree. In fact, Sterling hasn't scored a goal. No, he hasn't. Gallagher's 100% going to play, yet we know. Yeah, unfortunately. All Sterling does is dive and pass sideways and backwards. Yeah, I agree. So I'd be going Mudryk, Palmer, and Madueke. And then, yes, I've been criticising him, but he's the only centre forward we've got, and it is better than playing a false nine. So Amanda Broja is going to get another opportunity to impress. And boy, does he need to, because he's not been making the most of any opportunities that he has been given. But we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Look, if Ben Chilwell plays left wing tomorrow, I'll be raging. I might just get up and leave the stadium. I won't do that, but I would potentially feel like doing that. It would just be ridiculous, wouldn't it? It would be utterly ridiculous if that does happen. If Chilwell's fit to start tomorrow, he starts at left back. Anywhere else is an utter disgrace. Utter disgrace. Predicted lineup: Petrovic, Silva, Colwell, Disasi, Chilwell, Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher, Palmer, Sterling, Broja. I think that's probably more, that could well be the lineup potentially. Poch needs to wake up and play the best 11. I would agree on that. Yeah, Broja will start. I hope he does anyway. Not because I think he's any good, but we need that focal point up there 100%. Guys, 70 likes. Let's keep it going. Let's try and get this to 80 if we can, guys. Let's get this to 80 likes if possible. Keep smashing that like button. 10 more likes to go. But we are obviously 1-0 down from the first leg, which is not ideal. So we are going to need to get 2 goals without conceding if we are to progress in 90 minutes. We don't want penalties and an extra 30 minutes because we've got another game on Friday, and that's not going to help us. We've got a small squad as it is right now with all the injuries. We want to be out on the pitch for as little time as possible on Tuesday night. If we can be out there for 90 minutes, let's make sure we're not out there for any longer than 90 minutes. That's got to be the most important thing for us right now. We're out there. We're as quickly as possible, mate. We're on the pitch and then we're off. None of this extra time business, and we certainly don't want to go into Friday having played extra time. Another thing we absolutely don't want, people, is another thing we don't want, guys, is I'll get to it later in the week, but we do not want a replay on Friday. We don't want another game chucked in. And going to Villa Park would be a nightmare. We don't want any of that shit. Poch is worried about the height of Ben Chilwell. Who knows? We need to park the bus. Chelsea ain't breaking us. Why does Pochettino like playing players out of position? I don't know. Charlie would leave the stadium if you guys don't like the video. Yeah, guys, you don't like the video, or if Chilwell's playing left wing, then yeah, those things are both very, very problematic. Both very problematic. But let's wait and see. Borough 10 men behind the ball. We huff puff. Yeah, look, you can see what the script potentially is, and it is going to be like that. The best thing that we could possibly do, because we know that's probably what they're going to do, the best thing we can do is get an early goal, because then that just blows that sort of game plan out of the water. It blows it out of the water. It really does. So an early goal would be crucial, because then, then they've got to come out and they've got to change their way of playing. Yeah, that is a big problem. That then leaves us needing 2 just to get to extra time. So that would be majorly problematic, and a situation that, even though it's against lower level opposition, it would be very hard to come back from. Bro, your hat trick. Would be unbelievable scenes, wouldn't it? But I don't see it happening. Is there definitely no extra time tomorrow? I'm gonna look at this now, guys, because I'm not convinced. Is there extra time in Carabao Cup semi-final? I'm pretty sure there is, unless they've changed the rules. Yep. Yeah, it is correct. Carabao, the tournament, however, doesn't use extra time until the semi-finals to decide who progresses, should the score be level after 90 minutes. So, yeah, basically, semi-finals will have extra time. He's a doubt for the game, though. He's a doubt for the game, but if he does play, it's going to be a problem. A similar result like against Preston would be nice. It would be great. Yep. I don't know how often Mudryk and Madueke have started together, but I would imagine it is not very often at all. Poch has to take this game seriously. No, he absolutely does have to take this game seriously. Absolutely must take this game seriously. Must take it seriously. You can't break team that parked the bus. Would you take Victor Boniface as an old... Look, a good player, but again, another guy with potential. Disappointing Nkunku not playing tomorrow. It would have been a good game to get his match fitness. Yeah, it would have been good. Yeah, there's extra time. Poch has to take this game seriously and stop with this Chilwell left wing BS. Look, I think we're going to see Cole at left back, because, we know that Chilwell is not really fit and in a position to be starting. That's just, unfortunately, the reality of the situation that we find ourselves in. But let's hope that we can. Do something tomorrow. We need to get through. Wembley is awaiting for us. February 25th would be the Carabao Cup final if we get there. And, another trip to Wembley, another chance to get ourselves a domestic trophy, which we've not had since 2017. Can you believe it? But that is the team that I would pick tomorrow. I'm fully aware that Poch is going to be playing Conor Gallagher and Sterling, and the chances of Mudryk and Madueke both starting are virtually zero. But I can always hope, guys. I can always hope. What else have we got? Poch has been set up to fail. Potentially, yeah. The Middlesbrough goal was Caicedo's fault. Well, it was Colwell got done as well. Why let Martin go? Obviously, didn't rate him as a left back, which is the manager's prerogative. But he clearly didn't rate him as a left back. What is the point of going to the final when there's Liverpool? There's always a point of going to the final because anything can happen in a final. Come on, hit the likes. Yeah, guys, run the likes up. Otherwise, we will lose to Middlesbrough tomorrow, and we don't want that. We're on 76. Let's get this to 80 likes before I round this one out in the next 5 minutes. Come on, people. Let's get this to 80 likes. Come on. Shouldn't be too difficult at all. It requires 4 more likes, guys. Light work. Wake up, boys. Wembley's on the horizon. This is do or die for Poch tomorrow. Yeah, it's massive. As I said, these 4 days coming up this week is huge for the club. It could make or break. It's going to make or break the season, essentially. Season's either over come Friday night or we're in. Let's hope we can win the Carabao Cup at Wembley now that there is no Mason Mount in the team. Martin let go because I don't think he's let go because of his height. He just wasn't getting opportunities to play. Who knows? Who knows? If we even get to the final, we only lose on pens to Liverpool. I don't know. Chilwell left wing back with 5 at the back. Not when we're chasing a game like we are. But yeah, I mean, we're 1-0 down from the first leg. Wembley is awaiting. Wembley is calling, you could say. It's a ground where Chelsea have done very well over the years. But ultimately, I think we've lost our last 5 or 6 Wembley finals, which is not a good record. We lost both finals a couple seasons ago under Thomas Tuchel. We've lost with Maurizio Sarri. We've lost 3 FA Cup finals in a row not so many years ago. So, yeah, I think we've lost our last 5 or 6 Wembley finals. That is something that, if we do get there, needs to change. We don't want to have a reputation as a team that can't get over the line in finals domestically. And at the moment, we do seem to have that. But look, I'm going to try and stay positive here, guys. I'm going to try and stay positive. And yeah, I feel that this will be tricky. It'll be harder than we think. It's a massive game, biggest game of the season so far. And the atmosphere hopefully will be rocking. We need the fans to get behind the team to give them that extra boost. I think we can do it. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Chelsea win in 90 minutes, and we go through 3-2 on aggregate to the Wembley final. That is going to be my prediction for what happens. 3-1 Chelsea win tomorrow night at Stamford Bridge. Get your score predictions in quickly, guys, before I round this one out. Fulham could beat Liverpool. They could. If Tuchel had a proper striker instead of Havertz, we would have won. Well, actually, we should have won anyway because Lukaku scored and it wasn't offside, but we got robbed. If we don't come out with passion and fire from the off, then something's really wrong. Yeah, you shouldn't need motivating for these games. As a footballer, if you can't get yourself up for semi-finals, then you've got a major problem. I mean, yeah, we can only imagine, but I'm not going to think about that because we need to do our job and get through first. Big atmosphere at the bridge. Needed to fly the flag all the way to Wembley. Let's hope so, brother. Let's hope so. Chilwell and Gilchrist at left and right back. We've gone 3-1, 2-0, 2-0. Whatever we can do. I mean, 2-0 is the minimum we need after 90 minutes to go through. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what we do, guys. But yeah, people, I am going to round this one out now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Massively appreciate everyone's support, everyone getting their comments in the chat. Thank you so much. As always, guys, these streams aren't the same without you guys getting involved. So a big thank you. Tomorrow night is the big one. Chelsea come 10 p.m. tomorrow could well be Carabao Cup finalists. Let's hope that happens. But yeah, guys, I'll be at the game tomorrow. So hopefully match vlog and some sort of either match vlog or match reaction drop in after the game. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Thanks for the support as always. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure you smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new round here, guys. And I'll catch you tomorrow after the game where hopefully our place to Wembley will be booked. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Love for the support. Catch you guys tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and I'm out.